What's up, guys? It's Midway LPX here, bringing you another tutorial, second tutorial on this channel here. I'm not going to be counting, but this one's going to be an After Effects tutorial, and I'm going to start a series on it, on becoming an editor or whatever. So this is my first tutorial here, and for you who, I have a lot of people ask me what I edit with, and it's Adobe After Effects, and you can buy it or get a trial of it. But I'm going to be going through this tutorial, just a basic tutorial of all the toolboxes and everything here. So I'm just going to open my project I'm working on right now, my recent project. And yeah, so I'm just going to drag to something like that. So anyway, so we're going to start off. So up here is your main toolbar. And sorry if I sound a bit weird, I'm kind of sick here. But file, you could, start new projects, open your recent projects, browse and bridge. I don't use that. It's Adobe Bridge, which is like bridging all your Adobe programs together. And so also where your save is and your import. So there's two ways to import files, and you can either select import and file, or you can just simply drag clips into the project window here. And export is, you don't really need to use export. What I do, if you want to render your video, you have to go to composition and add a render queue. But I'll explain that later. Anyway, so here's your project window, and it has all your clips. You can make subfolders and stuff. So here's your clips and everything you're going to be using in your composition. What a composition is you can think of it as a cake with layers and layers and layers, and the top layers are what's showing, right? So you can see here, this layer here is my transition, and it's on it's above the clip, right? But if I drag it underneath the clip, it doesn't show. So it's going to be the top layer. You got to picture it like a cake. And yeah, that's how you pretty much do it. Another quick tip. Down here, you can make multiple compositions too. Your settings, you go here. You want to make your width and your height 1280 by 720p, which is the standard resolution, and your frame rate varies, and duration. This is going to be your minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. And so layers here, you can make multiple layers. You can make a text layer, a solid layer, a light, a camera layer for 3D work, null object, which is you can use for motion tracking, shape layer, so you can make stars and cool shapes, an adjustment layer is to adjust your film, what's everything that's underneath of it, right? So it's the top layer, and everything underneath of the adjustment layer is adjusted accordingly. And then Adobe Photoshop file, so you can drag in like a mask or something. And effects here is where all your effects are, and they range from in sub files here. So there's like 3D channel. If I click on my color correction here, see it arranged in 3D channel, audio, color correction, all that stuff there, all that good stuff. Animation here is, I don't really use animation, but you can use track camera, or you can simply right click and track camera, and what that does is 3D track it. When you use animation presets, make sure you have a new layer and click on animation and apply animation preset. Here you have view, which I don't really use. Window is, see if I don't have my paint window open, but if I click on it, it opens up down there. And window, I turn off my paint. And then help is if you need any help. Now, there should be another bar here called effect control. Now, I have this layer selected, which is my slide, and everything that's on it is adjusted in the effect control. So, and here's another effects and preset, right? So you can just simply search up a preset. I can put a glow, and I can find my glow, click it, and drag it onto here or onto my layer down there, and I can adjust it accordingly in the effects control, and that all varies. Down here you have your move tool, which you could just pretty much use to move your layers and stuff, and click on your whatever. Hand tool is if you're zoomed in, you click and you can drag around accordingly. The zoom tool is pretty basic. Rotate is if you want to rotate your layer. camera will not work. If you have a 3D layer, you can pan around the 3D layer, and this is the same thing. Now, this is to make a mask. The little square, you can hold it, and you can make like a round rectangle, eclipse tool, a circle, and so on. This is your pen tool. This is to make custom mask. You can just click, makes points, right? So click here, click here, click here, makes a point. I can click and hold and make a curve point, and that takes a little while to get used to. Here's your text. So right, you just click on it, click create text, and then your text should be here in character, and you can just adjust it accordingly. I can delete that there. You get your paint tool, which you shall not really use much in After Effects, but you know, in case you do. And this is your stamp tool and stuff. You don't really use that. Anyway, down here in our composition are our layers, and you have to remember to, if you want something to show up, say if I wanted this one to show up instead of that one, which doesn't make a difference because they're the same thing, I'd have to drag this on top of it. Remember that. Adjustment layers, you don't have to, your clips will not be on top of adjustment layers though, because those are transparent, and all they do is adjust your layer. Another tip here, there should be toggle switches and modes here, but I don't have it. So you can change modes, so like add, screen, lighten, track mats, I'll explain in another tutorial, and the parenting, you know, I'll explain in another tutorial. And here's your preview, and what you want to do is set your preview frame rate to the same frame rate as your composition, and I've skipped one frame because my frame rate's double standard frame rate, so I just save my time and put it skip 1. And your resolution auto, just leave it auto. Now this here is your resolution when you're working here, where this little third is. I tend to work in third, depends on the speed of your PC. And full, you know, if you're gonna mask something, you can change it to full. And this is your zoom here, so if you're zoomed in and you want to go to full, you click on the 200% there, I click on fit up to 100%, and it's zoomed. And this little bar here, you can scrub back and forth, and I'm pretty sure I got everything there. If I went too fast, you know, you could always message or ask stuff back, you know, or let me know. But this, I'm going to be putting other tutorials on, and I'm going to be doing a bunch at once and just scheduling them, so they're going to be uploaded, and then they're going to become available at the scheduled date, and that should save me some should save me some time and make me more productive and constant for you guys. I'll try to get at least one a day if I can. Who knows? Anyway, that's good for now, and it's Midway LPX, so make sure you guys rate and subscribe, and definitely comment and like and fave, and I'm going to be putting this in a playlist because it's going to be my tutorial playlist. So thanks for watching, guys, and peace.